Hello, my lovelies. Ellie here. It's that beautiful time of year where the weather is amazing, the leaves are falling, and my friends, I must say, I'm falling for sewing. I've had the awesome opportunity to collaborate with Talisha from Creativity by T, and we were able to come up with a dope fall series called Falling for Sewing. So in this series, we focus on 3 different types of garments. The first garment was outerwear because it's fall, right? Anytime you think of fall, in the season of fall, you should be thinking cardigans, blazers, jackets, scarves, all of the goodness that we can use to build warmth for ourselves as the weather changes. So outerwear was definitely the first look that I thought was essential to a fall series. The next look was the perfect fall dress. So, dresses and fall, do they go hand in hand? Yes, I think so. Fall is the perfect time to incorporate dresses like no other time. You can actually get away with super short dresses that you probably wouldn't wear in the spring, summer by itself by adding just simply a pair of tights and some cute boots, and you're off to go look cute wherever you're going. The third garment was indeed pants. Pants are a necessity in the fall time, especially depending on where you live. I live in Atlanta, and although the weather is quite unpredictable, when it cools down, when it finally gets into the groove of the fall season, you definitely need some pants. And why not make them stylish and fashionable and me-made, of course. We also decided to top off this series by doing a day and night look. So our day look was definitely going off of the theme of fall festival vibes. As for me being a fall girl, you can catch me at any fall festival. I'm there. Fall vendor fairs, fall festivals for kids and families, fall activities, I'm there for it. So when I thought of fall festival vibes, I knew I could pull off the perfect look. As for our nighttime look, we decided to incorporate the ideal of girls' night out. Why not? And oftentimes when we think about going out at night, we're thinking of warm weather. So it was good to think of a way to incorporate fall wear into nighttime looks. Fall is indeed upon us, and in making outerwear the perfect fall dress, pants, a day and a night look, this is sure to set the foundation for a perfect fall wardrobe. So let's hop into the patterns used, fabric used, and the looks. I am so excited to see what Talisha comes up to. I know it's going to be gorgeous as usual. It wouldn't be right if we didn't take a play on the fallness of it all and give each of our looks a fall themed name. So let's hop in with outerwear. My outerwear name is actually called Fall Festival Vibes. And I decided to actually use the pattern number Simplicity 9388. If you know anything about this pattern, you know it is highly popular. It is the shacket pattern that just about everyone has probably made. It is a TNT pattern for me. It is a pattern that is not new to me. I enjoy using this pattern. It was perfect for the fabric that I used as well. So when I initially found this fabric at Hobby Lobby, I thought to myself, what could I use with this that would take advantage of it fully without wasting fabric? So I instantly thought of shacket because that would take up more fabric than a typical shirt. So I used the shacket pattern, and the only modifications I had to do was omitting the buttons. I initially wanted to put on the buttons, but my buttons were so unique and I only had a certain amount of them. I had to ask myself if I wanted to switch those buttons or keep them. So what I did is I put the buttons on the cuffs and I put the buttons on the pockets, and I left the buttons off the actual placket. You might be thinking, how does that look? But it actually looks perfect, because if I would have put the buttons on there, I think it would have took too much away from the fabric, because the buttons are such a statement button. And I'll make sure to put in pictures and videos of the fabric, the pattern, and the buttons as well. So let's talk about that perfect fall dress. This is actually the dress that I made, that I have on currently. Of course, I'll be posting pictures and videos that you can see it fully. When I thought of the perfect fall dress, I thought of a dress that was universal. And when I say universal, I'm thinking a dress that can be worn casually, or can be dressed up, can be worn when it's a little bit warmer, can be worn when it is cooler, and you can layer on top of it. I also wanted to use leather, faux leather actually, to make this dress. So I decided to hack two of my favorite patterns, those being Simplicity 9449 and Simplicity 8873. I have made both of these patterns before separately, but I thought it would be cool to incorporate the bodice of Simplicity 9449 and the skirt of Simplicity 8873. The reason I did that is because I love the skirt of Simplicity 8873, that is the Gertie pattern, because it doesn't take as much fabric for a full skirt as 9449 does. So I had to get around that because I had only a certain amount of fabric. I was determined, you guys, to not go back and get more fabric. So my goal was to use what I had, and that's exactly what I did. It came out perfectly. I did not have to modify anything really. And I thought it would be cool to do a full oxblood look, or I call it wine, oxblood, burgundy, whatever you want to call it. But I loved this look. It was easy to style, especially because I knew I wanted to go with the same color scheme throughout, pretty much just different tones of that oxblood color. And it was a pretty easy make. Incorporating the pockets, of course, added to the appeal of it. Who doesn't love a dress with pockets, especially in the fall time? So not only will I be wearing this with button-down shirts, turtleneck shirts, maybe even a sweater underneath. I could see myself layering it with a pea coat, a trench coat, whatever type of coat as the weather changes and gets cooler. So it was quite the easy make, and I'm so glad I can add it to my fall wardrobe. Doesn't it just make you want to have some Merlot and chill? Oh, for the pumpkin spice and everything nice. So I thought for pants, why not go with statement pants? Fall time is all about autumnal colors. I love being bold in the fall, probably more so in the fall than I do in the spring and summer. So I instantly thought of using plaid and using something that screams fall. So I used the pattern Simplicity 8655 by Mimi G. These are TNT as well. Love these pants. I have made the flare pants and the straight leg pants. The modification that I had to do to these pants was narrow in the leg. Maybe it's a generational thing. I'm a millennial at heart, and I just like my pants fitted. at my ankle. So I had to make sure that those were coming in on the ankle. I also left the hem of the pants raw. And that was such a dope idea because as it receives more wear and tear, as I wash it, as I wear it, it's just gonna start to fray more and more. And I love that look. I can see it like way more frayed than it is now, and I think it'll just look better with age. And I'm all for that. The fabric for these pants came from Joann's, and the fabric is actually still available. It is part of the Platitudes collection. It comes out every single year, ever since I bought it at least. It's a great pattern. I also was able to make a button-down shirt with the fabric for the pants, but I styled it with a sweater to just add to the texture of it all. I wanted to add something that was more fluffy on top. So let's get into these day and night looks. It's nothing like actually going to a fall festival and then finishing the night off getting some warm drinks or some cool drinks, whatever you prefer, and having a night out with the girls on a lovely fall night. So let's get started with the day look. I thought it would be creative to incorporate my shacket that I use for my outerwear piece with another pattern for the bottom. So I actually used McCall's 8051. McCall's 8051 is a mini skirt. I guess I could call it that. That's what it is. It's a mini skirt pattern. Very simple, very basic piece, and I've been waiting to actually use it for fall winter because I prefer to wear mini skirts with tights. So it gave me the opportunity to add on a piece to my shacket with the same exact fabric, and I've created an entire look. I love this look. Would I wear this to a fall festival? Heck yeah. Love it, love it, love it. I love that I could wear the shacket separately from the skirt and the skirt as well separately from the shacket. As far as modifications to the skirt, I did buy the wrong size because I bought this pattern quite a while ago and I've been holding on to it. Didn't notice that I bought the wrong size, so I actually had to grade the pattern up several sizes, probably about from a size 16 to a size, I believe I made a size 20. So yeah, I had to do some grading and then I had to take it back in and play around with it, but it was easy to do that because it's such a small garment piece that it didn't take me as long. I love this skirt. It's so comfortable. It is even better because I have the matching shacket with it, and it was an easy peasy make, and I could see myself making several of these in several different fabrics for the fall winter. So everyone loves a girls' night out. When I was thinking of the perfect look, the perfect nighttime look for the fall, I thought of something that could be versatile. I also wanted to incorporate knee-high boots because, I mean, night, fall, knee-high boots, doesn't that all go together? So I actually used pattern Simplicity 8546. Simplicity 8546 is a long button-down dress slash duster. And that's exactly how I wore it, as a duster, open like the model wore on the cover of the pattern. So I love this look because I was able to incorporate the fabric I got from Hobby Lobby. This is a super colorful fabric. You can mix and match it with any color you have in your closet. I chose to go with just black for the dress because I wanted to layer on top of that dress. And the boots are statement enough to pick up some of the color from the duster. Making this duster was pretty easy peasy, very simple. As far as the length, I did have to get creative. If you notice, or maybe you shouldn't notice, but if you notice in the picture, you will see that the stripes change at the end. And this is because I use 45-inch fabric, y'all. So at the time of cutting this duster, I did not realize that I wanted it as long as I did. I guess I didn't realize I am tall as I am. So when I started to make it, I realized that I wanted it a little bit longer for a dramatic look. Ended up adding a panel of fabric on the bottom of it, which adds a special detail to it that it wouldn't have had if I didn't have that beautiful mistake happen. So that's the thing about sewing, you guys. Sometimes you think you're just, bootlegging it or ringing it, but a lot of times those beautiful mistakes are indeed beautiful because they totally change the look of your garment. So I really enjoyed making this piece particularly because it was easy. It was something that I could get creative and use the fabric itself as the statement. So that completes my collection. Oh, how much fun I have had working with Talisha from Creativity by T. As corny as it sounds, it has been definitely a dream, a sewing dream, to work with one of my favorite YouTubers. If you haven't already, please go over to her YouTube channel and subscribe. You can also find her on Instagram at Creativity by T. And the cool thing about this series is it doesn't end today. So although we're posting all of our looks today on YouTube, throughout the week, Monday through Friday, you will get to see each of our looks one by one each day. So make sure you go over to Instagram, give her some love, tell her I sent you over there, and make sure you stay tuned to check out what we have next with these looks. A blast to actually think of a plan to create fall garments to set off the fall time, right? You guys, I'm making progress because it's not even Halloween, and I have a ton of garments I have been making that I can actually wear in this fall season. So the hope is that you were encouraged and inspired to sew as many other things as you can for this beautiful fall season. Take advantage of a foundational mini wardrobe for yourself, incorporating outerwear, incorporating a perfect fall dress, pants, a day and a night look is a perfect start to making sure you're fly this fall. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, if you haven't already, please go over to my Instagram at Sally and Sam Style. Follow me, give me some love over there, talk to me. I love talking to everybody on Instagram when I'm posting as well. Also, make sure that if you want to sew any fall mates based off your inspiration from this series, that you use the hashtag Falling for Sewing. And I hope you do all the things this fall season. Go apple picking, go pumpkin hunting, go to the haunted houses, do all the fall things. Go get you some hot chocolate like I'm about to do right now, and take time to enjoy the simple, beautiful things. Until next time, peace.